Hey guys, what's up? Okay, hang on, so I hear you saying that the volume is a little low for the music. I'll see if I can fix it here. Or if it's not too much of a problem, then I could just let the stream continue on. But yes, everybody, welcome and happy 2023. Yep, Norbert, I'm here. And no, it's not going to be a drawn stream. It's just going to be discussing, talking about the things that have happened in 2022 in terms of animation and sort of media in general. Like what I already told you. Oh, yes, Kevin Mario has just subscribed. Thanks, man. Yeah, so today's just gonna be a discussion on the stuff that's happened in 2022 with animation and media in general, and also too, I also plan on looking back on some of the best videos on this channel over here. Okay, so Daniel is okay with the music, the volume of it, as long as you guys could hear me speaking. That's good. So yeah, gonna be welcoming everybody else who's here. Yes, Daniel and Starfy and Starwy, welcome. What's up? And Fairy Princess Valentine, welcome. Great to see you here. And Nicholas, welcome. And Girlfriends, Cartoon or Fran, welcome. And William, welcome too. And Ethan, in case I didn't welcome you already, great to see you here too. And Veronica as well. And Jai. Yes, it's a great crowd we got here. Okay, so yes, I might as well. You guys are already like bringing up some of the anime stuff that was released in 2022. Shown in this cool slideshow that I set up on the right side of the screen. And yeah, 2022 sure has been a Fairy Princess Valentine is pointing out that yes, the audio of the music is not as important as the audio of my voice. Yes, and welcome Albot 3000 and Matthew. Yeah, so 2022 has been a really good year for animation in terms of the output itself. Maybe not necessarily in the business side of things, but I might touch on that later. But yeah, in terms of the animated things that have been released, I'm gonna be bringing them up right now. In fact, I have them in my notes here, and also you guys in the chat are mentioning them already based on what you're seeing in the slideshow. So yeah, I'll probably start off with probably my favorite movie that came out in 2022, which is Pixar's Turning Red, which I did a review on it already, and also it pretty much stand by the thoughts that I gave in my first impression that it is one of Pixar's best and most unique films, particularly in this more modern age. And since it is coming from a Canadian director and it takes place in Ontario, of course that just boosts my appreciation for the movie there. And it is a really enjoyable puberty story. I know there are some people who might not be interested in it, either those who have seen it or haven't seen it. It's pretty divisive as far as Pixar films go, but I'm part of the camp who thinks that it's excellent. And yes, Nicholas thinks that Turning Red is a good movie too. So yeah, let me hear it. If you guys are fans of Turning Red, if you're a fan of May and her friends, then see if you could drop a panda emoji right there in the chat. Okay. Evan Joseph is here saying that the Super Mario Bros. Movie is coming out this year and April 7th. Yep, and there are definitely some reactions to two of the trailers that were released during the fall. I saw the one that premiered around New York Comic Con in October, and I thought it was impressive with the animation and the voice acting, well, specifically with Jack Black as Bowser. He did excellent, and of course we have to give it up for Kevin Michael Richardson, like the one actual voice actor highlighted in the cast, voicing Kamek. Yeah, I know there's no black and white, there's no red panda emoji, but yeah, it's okay, like just a regular panda would do. So yeah, Norbert, Starfy, and Starway are fans of Turning Red as well. But yeah, like I was saying, with the Super Mario movie trailer, I think it looks pretty good in terms of the animation. It's definitely gorgeous, and the voice acting, I already mentioned the two who I think are the best. And as for the main guy, Chris Pratt as Mario, who's already sort of the laughing stock within the Mario community, I think he'll be fine, but I was hoping he might sound a bit funnier, probably in the veins of the Mario from, like, the live-action Mario in the 80s cartoon where he's played by Captain Wu, that wrestler, or in Hotel Mario, well, perhaps one of the most quotable things from the Mario franchise, mostly because of the YouTube proofs, of course. Here's the problem, too many toasters. They say, oh, toasters, toast, toast. Oh yeah, Charles Martinet, the actual original voice of Mario, he did make a cameo as a Toad. Thanks for pointing that out, Fran. But yeah, it is I feel people's frustration when they can't have the actual voice actor for Mario voice Mario, even though like he's still playing a part in the cast. Just like with Scoob, like how we have Frank Welker playing Scooby, but not as Fred, which to make that much sense, but yeah. Yep, toasters toast toast, and toasters toast bread, not toast. Yep. Yep, Hotel Mario, that's right. And let's see. What else do we bring up here? Okay, so, yes, I also need to mention about the Cuphead show. Okay, truthfully, I have not gone around to watch an episode of it yet, but I know it was one of the most talked about series that came out in 2022, and I may be wrong, but I've been seeing this hashtag going around saying renew the Cuphead show. So does that mean it might be cancelled? For the fans, I feel sorry in that regard. Like I don't want to be cancelled too soon, but yeah, again, I have to check out for myself. I haven't played the Cuphead games either, but I appreciate the efforts of the creator in replicating that classic cartoon style from the 30s, and with the TV series, like, it's a sort of kind of amplify that beauty. Then some will argue that with the animation on Cuphead, the series, it might not be as good though, because, it's the puppeted Toon Boom animation techniques where they have the rigged 2D animation models, even though it's for like convenience. Like realistically speaking, you can't really have a fully hand-drawn 2D anime series with the same exact quality as Cuphead games to be like done for like a TV series, really. Hey, welcome, Kristen. Yes, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. That is another animated thing in 2022 that I haven't seen it, but I hear great things about it. But one thing about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, I do want to talk about the new DreamWorks movie, the new DreamWorks logo, in which we have the Moon Kid. Yes, the Moon Kid and the Moon Boy in the DreamWorks logo is now non-binary, so now it's the Moon Child. So yeah, the Moon Child will be passing by different DreamWorks characters, including the ones from Shrek near the end of the logo. And the most interesting thing about it is how they're gonna be changing up they're gonna be changing things up by having a rotating selection of DreamWorks characters that the Moonchild will meet while passing them by in the logo. So that sounds interesting, really interesting. I hope to see the characters from Madagascar in one of the future DreamWorks animated movies. Okay, just gonna catch up with your comments here. Starway is looking forward to Wish. Yes, I'm looking forward to it too. Hopefully it'll be doing better than the Disney movie that's showing on my screen right now, Strange World. Let me know if you guys actually seen that one, because I haven't seen it myself, but I feel sorry for how its history repeating itself, with Disney releasing a big budget sci-fi movie similar to Treasure Planet and Atlantis, but you know, it ended up being a bomb. Oh yes, Ethan is saying that he saw the Bob's Burgers movie, Lightyear, and Minions: The Rise of Gru in Cedars. Awesome. Yeah, out of those three you mentioned, I did see the Bob's Burgers movie. I did a short review of it on my over here that you could check out if you want. And to pretty much reiterate my thoughts on it, as a relatively casual fan of Bob's Burgers overall, but has gained more appreciation for the show ever since my mom got more into it on Disney Plus this year. But yeah, the Bob's Burgers movie was definitely a good time and one of among the greater adventures that our favorite restaurant-running family has been involved with. Definitely has some beautiful animation too. It's partially animated in Canada by Mercury Filmworks. Let's see. Norbert's asked if any of the characters from Shark Tale will be in the DreamWorks logo. To the side, I don't know. Maybe that would be hilarious. Maybe it would be hilarious if we have Oscar the Fish. Of course, is voiced by Will Smith. Maybe being with Marty the Zebra from Madagascar, voiced by Chris Rock. Well, maybe I won't. Maybe don't necessarily have to fight, but maybe they could be friendly. You know, have Marty and Oscar be friendly pals. Who knows? Welcome, fantastic retro reviewer. If you don't mind, you'll mind if I still call you Dexter, right? Because I don't know. It's sort of kind of used to refer to you that way, and it's been a bit convenient too. But if you prefer fantastic retro reviewer, if you prefer to be referred to by that, then that's okay. But yes, welcome and a happy 2023. Let's see. Yes, Oscar the Fish talk to Shrek and Marty would be super funny. Yep. Wow. I just have to tell you, firstly, just tuning in, make sure you hit the like button, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And I just really want to mention, this has been a great full crowd over here. Like, so many great comments to catch up on. And I haven't even finished with the highlights on my list to talk about here. Let's see what else is there that we could talk about. Let's see. Yes, I have Oscar from Circus. I've already seen, but just like the real life actors, maybe. But again, they don't have to. They could just be friends. In contrast to that situation between Will Smith and Chris Rock that everybody's been talking about. Oh yes, William, the Great Adventures of Billy and Mandy is playing on the TV in the background. Like I mentioned in the last stream, I got Cartoon Network Cowboys and DVD for Christmas, and it's pretty much the only way I could get Billy and Mandy on DVD. It's only the first 8 hours of season 1 though, so there's nowhere I could find disc 2 for a good price, which has some Evil Con Carne episodes as a bonus. Ethan's accent I heard of the Don Bluth movies. Of course I have, but to be honest, there's only like 2 that I say are among my favorites, which is The Went Before Time and Anastasia. To be honest, Don Bluth, like, he deserves my respect for being a talented animator, but as a director, I don't know, slightly overrated. So sorry, I'm not too about The Secret of Nim or An American Tale or All Dogs Go to Heaven. And you also asked Ethan if I heard of Rockadoodle. Yes, I have, but I haven't seen it yet. All I remember is the boy, Edwin, or Edwin, is that his name? The boy in the movie who turns to a cartoon cat. He's like, I'm a furry! Yep. Hi there, Buzz Lightyear fan 2004 is back. Welcome. Oh yeah, Fred has mentioned that Bob from Monsters vs. Aliens and Mantis from Kung Fu Panda were in the Chip and Dale movie that came out last year. Yeah, I remember that. That was a pretty cool reference to Seth Rogen, and the live action Pumbaa was there too. Well, technically CGI. Edmund, yeah, that's his name. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, Don did reference some of his film, including The Pebble and the Penguin, which I saw at least a good portion of recently, and yeah, it's not terribly entertaining though. And yeah, he didn't even have his name credited as director. That's how pretty much ashamed of it he was. And plus, he was already left to start up the Fox Animation Studios to do Anastasia and Titan AE. So yeah, Fran, you did mention the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie that came out on Disney Plus. That's another highlight of 2022 in animation that I forgot to put on my list. But yeah, like I mentioned last time, it was pretty decent. Cool to see all of those different pop culture references, even some really surprising ones. But I don't know, like, I still prefer Space Jam: New Legacy in terms of this recent trend of animated movies or animated / action movies that have the theme of, hey, we have this huge catalog of intellectual properties, go stream them right now. Norbert's saying that he never saw the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers show, but he enjoyed the movie, and that is closest thing we'll get to a Roger Rabbit sequel. Yeah, it is a pretty decent Roger Rabbit spiritual successor, and of course Roger himself made a cameo, and I did see the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers TV series. Mostly I remember the theme song for it, for sure. Oh yeah, Robert, I did see Space Jam: A New Legacy. In fact, I have the DVD. Of course, it's not as good as the original Space Jam, but serviceable enough. What are my views on Tim Curry? Absolutely love him as an actor. I agree with some people that even when the movie he's in is pretty mediocre or bad, he tends to be like the highlight. Even with some movies that he's in that people say are not so good, like Home Alone 2 or Beauty and the Beast: The Enchanted Christmas, honestly, Tim Curry is just one of the good things about those movies. I still find those movies to be good overall. But of course, I always remember Tim Curry as the voice of Nigel Thornberry in The Wild Thornberrys. Let's see. Wow, okay, so I might as well just go back to my list then. I might as well just cross up the stuff that we mentioned about already. Okay, so we talked about Turning Red, talked about the Cuphead show, the Bob Burgers movie, and what else? What else did I talk about? Yeah, we did talk a little bit. Yeah, we did talk about the DreamWorks movies. Oh yeah, I still haven't seen The Bad Guys yet, by the way. Yeah, we did mention about A Strange World, and talk about the Mario movie trailer, and let's see, what else do we have here that we could talk about. Oh yeah, some series finales that we need to talk about right now. I've pretty much meant in chronological order when they premiered. First, we have the series finale for one of probably the biggest childhood cartoon, up there with Boy Tunes and SpongeBob, but I feel like I watched Arthur just as much as a kid. But yeah, the final episode of the final season premiered, I think around President's Day of 2022, and I know like for some people who aren't in the US, it's region blocked on the official PBS Kids channel, so I was able to watch it I think on the TVO Kids channel since that's Canadian. But yeah, I saw the final episode of Arthur, which is called All Grown Up, and not gonna go into too much spoilers, but yeah, it's basically about Arthur, Buster, Francine, and Mafia finding a fortune teller that pretty much tells them what will be happening to them in the future. And of course, like the most memorable scene, as you probably already saw in the in this TV screen over here, is we get to see Arthur as an adult, and he is voiced by his original voice actor, Michael something or another. Sorry, I can't really say the last name. But yeah, it's not epic as I hoped it'd be as a finale, but it's serviceable enough. A good finale, especially like how it the very last scene. Not gonna tell you what it is though. Smassen, yes, that's Nigel Sorberry's famous phrase. Yeah, let's see. Starface accent. Have you seen the Popeye movie? Yeah. That's another highlight of 2022 in anime, since that we got to see the Popeye movie that Genndy Tartakovsky was going to direct in animatic form. It was leaked sometime during the summer. I haven't seen it for myself yet, but I've already been hearing really great reviews about it. And I know for sure that yes, Michael Yarmouth. And yes, I agree, Norbert, that having Michael voice adult Arthur in that finale is actually a really nice touch. Going back to what I was saying about Popeye, I haven't seen the Genndy Tartakovsky cut of the animatic yet, but I should sometime. Again, I've been hearing great things about it, and it would be awesome if they actually did have Tom Kenny as Popeye and Dre the Wild Griffin as Olive Oil. You know, actual voice actors highlighting a mainstream animated feature. That would be like really awesome. If Starfy is saying Arthur's infamous phrase, "I told you not to touch it." That just reminds me of how recently the official Twitter account for Oscar the Grouch, of all people, he just directly quoted DW in the episode DW's Very Bad Mood, or pretty much paraphrase her, saying, "Hey, I got an idea. How about you go back to your home and stop bothering me?" That was hilarious. Let's see. What else we got here? Okay, so yeah, we just talked about Popeye. Oh yeah, both Starfy and Starway have been asking me about Happy Tree Friends. Again, I still haven't seen much of it. The most I remember is the YouTube Copyright School episode, and even then, I think I most remember the mysterious Mr. Enter's review of it many years ago. Okay, see, there's anything else to say. Norbert saying that maybe it's just me, but I'd love to see a movie like Roger Rabbit, where a bunch of cartoon characters from the late 1980s to 2005, from a bunch of studios, and they could be from Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney, specifically the Renaissance movies, and Disney Channel, and PBS Kids, Fox, Comedy Central, heck, maybe even maybe even a big idea, or the people behind VeggieTales, and a few obscure 90s and early 2000s characters. Yeah, that would be awesome. And from what you said, obscure 90s and early 2000s characters, you know I'd be hoping for cameos from like the characters from Evil Con Carne and Sheep in the Big City, Baby Blues, and as told by Ginger too, although Ginger is becoming slightly less obscure these days. Let's see, what else should we talk about? Okay, yeah, so I mentioned about the finale, but let's talk about the Amphibia finale. So yes, too bad Jason isn't here in the chat yet, because yeah, I know he was pretty much the one who helped me really become a fan of Amphibia. But yeah, the Amphibia finale for season 3, the final season, came out in May, I believe. And yeah, this was when I finally got to catch up with the 3rd season on Disney Plus, and really enjoyed it for the most part. And definitely that finale, the hardest things. Again, no major spoilers, well, except maybe like you saw in the TV screen, one of the final moments with Anne hugging her best friend Sprig. Such a beautifully animated scene that definitely could get you teary-eyed. And I will admit, it's very rare that something in animation that is meant to be sad or even like sentimental could get me teary-eyed, but yes, those final moments in Amphibia did. So I must thank the creator, also Matt Browley, for creating one of the best Disney cartoons since Gravity Falls. Let's see, friends saying that Yui Mayer, who supervised Michael Jordan meaning bugs in the first Space Jam, is an amazing animator, and that he would recommend him and his studio. Oh, that's awesome. And no, Space Jam was really good with the animation department. We got Bruce W. Smith and Tony Savone being supervised and being the main animation directors behind it. So that definitely helped. And speaking of Bruce W. Smith, I'm surprised nobody mentioned it in the community tab, asking for your best and worst moments of animation 2022, but we definitely have to talk about my most anticipated series for that year, the Proud Family Wilder and Prouder. I might as well give my yes, just want to briefly give you a nice piece of advice. Make sure you have something warm to drink by your side when you're talking a lot. But yes, with the Proud Family Wilder and Prouder, it was my most anticipated anime series of that year, at least in terms of the shows that were reboots of or revivals of older shows. And yeah, it was really good like I couldn't wait for the new episode to come on on a weekly basis. A vast majority of the episodes, they were entertaining to watch. And I can't wait for the cliffhanger of the season 1 of the first season to be resolved soon in season 2, which is coming in February. If I may mention maybe one flaw that I have with, or maybe a couple of flaws that I have with the show, is I don't know, it's supposed to give the implication that time has passed, but no, Penny is still 14, even though she looks a little older, and they act like she's 14 for the first time in this series, even though she was in the original one. So pretty much retconning it, saying she's basically 13 in the original series. And also with the new character voiced by Keke Palmer, Maya. To be honest, I was a little underwhelmed by her in the sense that she sort of came off as yet another antagonistic friend, similar to Waxiaga. But other than those flaws, the Proud Family Wilder and Prouder was an excellent series. I can't wait for season 2. And of course, I must congratulate Bruce W. Smith on winning an Emmy Award for the series as well. And let's see. Dorbert say that there's a few shows and movies that he's still very behind on watching. He still didn't get around to watching the entirety of Gravity Falls this year. Okay, well, hopefully you do watch it soon. Well, man, you're doing a little bit better than me, cause I kept neglecting to rewatch Gravity Falls during the time of its 10th anniversary. Oh well, maybe soon. Monsters at Work. Yeah, that's getting a second season, isn't it, Ethan? Like, I keep forgetting about Monsters at Work existed. Just give me a moment as I snack on some plantain. Fried plantain, to be exact. I see Fairy Princess Valentine's mentioned that she was obsessed with SpongeBob. That is until Samurai Jack came along. Oh, nice. I was wondering if what your favorite episode of SpongeBob is, Fairy Princess Valentine, in case you haven't revealed it already. Okay, let's see. What else can we talk about? Okay, so... Oh, yes, of course. Speaking about Disney, and... Oh, I Love My Life 0007 is here. Welcome, Happy New Year. Yeah, so speaking of Disney, let's talk about a weird trend that Disney was involved with, but also a couple of other studios as well. One word, and 4 syllables. Pinocchio. Yes, for some reason there was this weird fixation on Pinocchio in 2022. First, we got that CGI movie with Pauly Shore and Tom Kenny in it. Pauly Shore, of course, doing an excellent job as Pinocchio. And by excellent, I mean in an ironic sense, from what I heard. And also, we got the Disney live-action remake of the original 1940 anime classic, which I saw it, and I don't know, the ending is probably the most frustrating thing about it. But the way they changed the ending to Pinocchio. Not gonna go into spoiler territory with that though. But overall, the Pinocchio live-action remake was okay. Talk with a lot of the Disney live-action remakes, they're hardly infuriated or really bad. They're just okay mostly. And the one that people actually care about with Pinocchio is the stop-motion one directed by Guillermo del Toro for Netflix, which I was just watching some of it last night. My mom watched it a couple of times already. She really loves it, so I'm catching up on the hype with this Pinocchio, which I hear people already saying is like the best anime movie of 2022, even more so than with Turning Red, or there's certainly more than Lightyear as well. Papa, where does wood come from? To be honest, I'm just wondering if you're quoting the Pinocchio from the Netflix movie, or if you're quoting the Pauly Shore movie. Just want to be sure on that, Fran. Let's see. Plus Blue EP, always great to have you here. Starface asked it, what's the episode played in the background of Billy and Mandy? It's the episode of, it's the episode where we first meet up with Nurgle, which is called Fiend is Friend without the R. which reminds me, yes, we did watch the original voice actor for Nurgle, David Warner, who you may also know for appearing in other cartoons, like I think in Freakazoid. And yes, I'll gonna be getting into some significant deaths that unfortunately occurred in 2022 soon. But we'll stick to the more positive stuff for a while. Okay, let's see. Yep, so I talked about Pinocchio, and yeah, I have to talk about Scrat Tales. So yeah, we got 2 Ice Age related things on Disney Plus. We got the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, which is not done by Blue Sky. It's done by Bardell Entertainment and in Canada. And we got Scrap Tales in which actually was done by Blue Sky. One of the last things, actually the last thing that they ever made before they shut down just a year earlier. I understand. Okay, so talking about Buck Wild, I do understand the hatred towards Crash and Eddie. Like they're the more obnoxious examples of you know, characters who are who come in a pair and they act as a comic relief, even though their jokes may be hit or miss. I kind of understand the hatred for them, but I think Crash and Eddie were fine. Like Buck Wild was just okay. The animation for sure was a downgrade, but I don't know. Everything else about it was just very decent, not really offensive. For sure, one of my favorite parts is how they did a recap of the original Blue Sky movies for Ice Age, the first 5, including mentioning about the baby from the first movie, which I remember when the baby from Ice Age was a meme and people were just hating on him because, I don't know, he's the token human of the franchise, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, Scrat did make an appearance in Chippendale, the Chippendale movie. Oh, I must have forgotten about that. But yeah, easily the best out of the 2 Ice Age things was Scrat Tales. Obviously because Blue Sky themselves are making it, and it's a really cute, sweet a series with Scrat, and he finds a baby saber-toothed squirrel. They fight over that darn acorn, but at the same time, they do form a bond. Really cute, really sweet, and there's also one fourth wall breaking gag that I won't spoil, but it had me so excited. You know I love meta humor, fourth wall breaking humor. Yeah, Norbert's asking, why weren't there any more humans in Ice Age after the first movie? To be honest, I do not know. I think it might be because remember, the first Ice Age movie came out at a time when, you know, they're still trying to perfect the CGI animated movie. Like, you have to remember, like, with Ice Age, you know, this was before The Incredibles, which had an all-human cast. Of course, that's Pixar. And even though with DreamWorks, with Shrek, they had a couple of main human characters, but still not the main focus compared to Shrek and Donkey. And yeah, even those come off nowadays as a little uncanny compared to what we got now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to assume that, you know, it might be because Blue Sky was still in their infancy at the time, and they thought that with the Ice Age, the first Ice Age movies, the humans didn't turn out to be as well as they hoped. And so with their next movie, Robots, there were no humans at all. It was just, well, robots, and I don't know, they sort of just forgot to add more humans in the Ice Age franchise, with the exception of Santa Claus in the TV Christmas special. Okay, maybe one Ice Age related thing I'll spoil. It is regarding probably the last thing that Blue Sky ever made, aside from Scrat Tales, is a little animation in which Scrat finally eats that damn acorn. Yes, it was certainly cathartic for those who wanted Scrat to finally catch that acorn. And that's probably the best way that Blue Sky could really go out. Really went out with a bang with that. let's see what else is here. See if there's any comments that I missed. Okay, yeah, Fran was quoting the Disney version of Pinocchio with when he said, "Papa, where does wood come from?" Okay, thanks. Let's see. The Ice Age Christmas special is on Disney Plus. From what I can remember, Norbert. I believe I did see it on there a few years ago. And yeah, Blue Sky. Plus, Blue is saying that Blue Sky it was a great company. In my opinion, they're about as hit or miss as say DreamWorks or Sony Pictures Animation. Like the first Ice Age movie was easily their best movie in my opinion. And I also really like Robots, and the Peanuts movie was a really good tribute to Charles Schultz's legacy. Otherwise, like, most of Blue Sky's movies range from being merely good or mostly a decent, or just plain mediocre, but yeah. Still saying that Blue Sky had to go out like that. Let's see. Oh, we got a new subscriber, Jackson. Welcome to the No Parking Bear YouTube channel. Great to have you here. So yeah, guys, any new viewers tuning in, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you're enjoying this chat, make sure you hit the like button as well. Okay. Let's see if I'm missing something here. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember asking Fairy Princess Valentine what's her favorite SpongeBob episode is, and she's like, just one? Trying too hard for me to choose, since all the first 4 seasons are funny. Yes, they are. I have some difficulties pinpointing one episode of SpongeBob that's my favorite too, because there's so many masterpieces, but I guess I'll say season 3 is best of the classic era. Oh yeah, I should talk about Lightyear as well. Yeah, so I saw it on Disney Plus. I didn't went to the series to see it, but I saw it on Disney Plus, and to be honest, I had some optimism for it. But the final results of what I saw with Lightyear, I don't even think I paid attention to it all the way through. But yeah, Lightyear, I agree, it is kind of mid. It's not better than the actual Toy Story movies, not even Toy Story 4, which is probably the most divisive of the actual Toy Story movies, but yeah, it was fine for what it is. For sure, the highlight is Socks, the robot cat who accompanies Buzz. Definitely a cute kitty, and yeah, it's for a movie that's supposed to be this is the movie that inspired Andy to get a Buzz Lightyear action figure. It seems like Andy had some kind of questionable taste since, you know, again, Lightyear is not bad, but just okay. Yeah, Norbert is saying that he wishes that Tim Allen played Buzz in Lightyear. Yeah, Chris Evans did fine as Buzz, but I believe I heard the argument that with Lightyear, of course this being the movie that inspired the toy, like in the Toy Story universe, you know, they just argued that, you know, like, in the Toy Story universe, you know, like, and even in real life, it's pretty normal for, like, a different actor to provide a voice for a toy version of a movie character. Like, even with Woody, with the Woody toys that you will get, I don't think there's ever one with Tom Hanks actually voicing Woody. It's often his brother, Jim Hanks. So yeah, basically what the argument with Buzz is that, you know, like, the Tim Allen Buzz in the Toy Story universe, he's a different guy from the guy who portrayed Buzz in the so-called movie that inspired Andy to get a Buzz Lightyear toy to begin with. Yes, Patrick Warburton was the voice of Buzz in the Buzz Lightyear Starkman cartoon. Which, yeah, I was kind of hoping, even though I haven't seen the Buzz Lightyear cartoon myself yet, not a full episode, but I was sort of hoping that maybe they'll give more of reference to that, like the continuity that series inspired, the continuity that series established with Buzz Lightyear War, but they didn't really. Well, the only things they maintained were Buzz and Zurg, honestly. Smiley Comforts is here, and asking about my thoughts on the Proud Family new season. Well, I already talked about it earlier. The first season of the Proud Family, Wild and Prouder, was really good, and I'm anticipated for season 2. From what I saw of the trailer, it's like it's gonna be as epic as that first season. Let's see. Okay, so let's talk about another movie that came out on 2022. Oh, hang on. Yeah, Norbert, I do agree. They need to add more of the One Saturday Morning cartoons onto Disney Plus. Yes, and yes, Ethan, I have heard of Popeye meets Alibaba's 40 Thieves. I have that have it on my public domain DVD set. Pretty good sort, or a two-reeler, as they will call it, since it's divided into it's a sort that's divided into 2 parts. Yep, but that's right, Billy and Mandy is playing in the background. I have it on DVD actually, and no, it's not the season 1 set that's out of print, it's just the first disc of that set that's included in some Cartoon Network compilation DVD. About it, I noticed on the main menu, after it plays the music, which comes from the episode Dream a Little Dream, where Grimm has that nightmare with all these Mandy clones saying, "You must obey." Like, after that music plays, there's actually a reversed subliminal message from Maxwell Adams, similar to the one you would hear at the end credits. Although I don't know what the subliminal message from the DVD menu will translate into play and forwards. I'll probably have to investigate that. Or decode it, I should say. So yeah, I want to talk about Hotel Transylvania, which is the 4th and possibly the final of the Hotel Transylvania movies. It pretty much went through production hell in terms of release dates, and the pandemic was to blame for it. But yeah, it finally came out on Amazon Prime. I watched it numerous times, and it's not as good as the first movie or even the other sequels, but it's definitely reached its peak in terms of its cartoony CGI. Overall, a pretty amusing story. Oh, okay, so Daniel already decoded Maxwell Adams' backwards message. This message is backwards for no reason. Play the DVD. Yes. Leave it to Maxwell to be humorous like that. Oh, and by the way, with Hotel Transylvania, Genndy Tartakovsky did direct it. It was actually directed by a woman whose name I forgot who it was, but also Derek Troyman, who's pretty much one of the founding fathers of SpongeBob. He pretty much could be considered a co-creator of the show, like how Bob Camp is considered a co-creator of Ren and Stimpy, and I'm happy that Derek is still around with us. And he's been posting some really good, some interesting posts regarding the classic eras of SpongeBob, like including some pages from actual scripts and also sketches that he would do of the characters. He did on his Instagram. He did a really good page of Squidward sketches in particular. Okay, Jennifer Akuska directed Hotel Transylvania 4 alongside Derek Dryman. Okay, thank you, Plus Bro. Okay, what else? Let's see here. Fran is asking if there's a character of mine you like, who could be? I'll admit the main character that you've been using as your profile picture. She's pretty cute. Okay, so yep, we talked about Hotel Transylvania, and now let's go back to the television side of things, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it already. That happens to be Smile and Friends on Adult Swim. The show already became popular, really popular, when it became a pilot episode in 2022. But when the series came out in January, like soon, it's pretty much gonna be the 1-year anniversary of Smile and Friends officially. Like, can you believe it? Smile and Friends really created that phenomenon. Fran's character's name, Adonata. Yes, she is a cute pussycat. Hang on, just gonna answer Smiley Conference's question. What's my thoughts on the new Space Jam? If it's as good as the first? Well, I said earlier that it honestly isn't as good as the first Space Jam, but it's good its own way. And going back to what I was saying about Smile and Friends, Smile and Friends really was this phenomenon, basically because of how it really did an excellent job of bringing that aesthetic of weird, eccentric, but still hilarious and creative web cartoons, the ones that you find on Newgrounds and YouTube. And of course, the creators of Smile and Friends, they did start off as animators doing cartoons on YouTube and Newgrounds, so that's also inspiring for people who want to make their own anime series. So it's not, you don't really have to either come up with a humongous Pitts Bible, it goes straight to the Pitts Bible, with getting a cartoon that will be submitted to a TV network. And heck, you don't even have to really already be an animation professional working on other people's shows to get an anime series. You could just build a reputation of doing cartoons, anime cartoons, or webcomics online. And yes, and that's happy for creators of Smile and Friends, and I can't wait for season 2. Let's see. Yes, Fairy Prince Valentine, I do like your current avatar. And yes, Fred, Gilbert Gottfried was indeed God in Smile and Friends. It was his last role before he passed away. And once again, we're gonna be doing a little memoriam for the unfortunate deaths that happened. And okay, just have a few more things on the list to talk about before we do that. Let's see. Albot 3000 said that Rick and Morty season 6 was epic. I'll bet I only probably watched the first episode of it. But what I also saw was this weird stop-motion Halloween special featuring Summer and her friends get into a sort of invasion of the Body Snatchers situation. Speaking of Summer and her friends, just want to mention that probably the most underrated character of Rick and Morty is Nancy, who's Summer's nerdy friend, who you may remember in the season 1 finale, Rixie business. I wish they would use her more in the show. And yes, I agree, Gendy Tarkovsky and Craig McCracken are huge influences in animation, like not just for you, Fairy Prince Valentine, but also for me as well, especially with Gandhi. Like, one of the animation style to Dexter's Lab applies to some of the cartoons that I made, particularly with whenever there's an awkward pause. Let's see. Smiley Conference's accent. If I want to see Driven Evil as a movie, yeah, I would love to see Driven Evil. Well, specifically, love to see that Billy and Mandy Destroy Us All musical movie that Maxwell Adams pitched in 2021 but got rejected. I really would love that to become a real thing. I did mention that numerous times before. But with the current state of Warner Bros. Discovery, I don't know 100% sure if it will like remain in the scrap, the recycle bin. But who knows? Yes, I do hope that we do get that Billy and Mandy movie, and we'll love to see an Evil Concardi movie too, or at least have those characters appear in this Billy and Mandy movie. Let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, speaking of movies based on TV shows, guess who's back? It's our favorite pair of 90s swackers, Beavis and Butt-Head. Yes, they made a big comeback in 2022, not just with a movie, Beavis and Butt-Head Do the Universe, and also Beavis and Butt-Head like another Beavis and Butt-Head series. And oh man, it was pretty good of me to watch some episodes of the classic series beforehand, like before the Paramount Plus versions came out. Yeah, Beavis and Butt-Head, that's 2022 was when I became much more appreciative of those two and their wacky style of humor. Let's see. Oh wait, Norbert said that. You mentioned Norbert, but I wasn't paying attention though. What did you say? I'm not sure if you are referring to me or if you're talking to somebody in the chat, Norbert. But yeah, I was just talking about how Beavis and Butt-Head made a big comeback with both a movie and a new season, and I really enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed the Paramount Plus revival as well. And yes, Cornholio, Beavis' alter ego, was hilarious. I forgot the name of the exact episode, but there's one of the classic series where somebody mistook Cornholio as an immigrant, so they basically took Beavis back to like the other side of the border. Yeah. Oh yeah, and South Park, they had a Paramount Plus special as well. They've been putting out several of them, and they're good. Oh, okay. Norbert saying that he probably misheard me. It's okay, Norbert. Don't sweat it. Oh yes, another adult cartoon that came back for a movie. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Yeah. I haven't seen the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie, which is called Plantasm. Hopefully it will be excellent. I've been in an Aqua Teen mood last August, watching episodes of it on Adult Swim, specifically on the official Adult Swim website's free live stream, where they have episodes of Aqua Teen play, and not just that, but also other Adult Swim shows have their own live streams, like Rick and Morty and Samurai Jack. Yeah, it's really just 100%, just not sure if those live streams are still around, but if they are, yeah, definitely go on Adult Swim's website, and yeah, if you want to watch some of your favorite shows on there for free, like, just check out those live streams. Okay, while we're talking about adult cartoons still, how about we talk about the one that was getting some mixed reactions, and that happens to be the latest Scooby-Doo series, Velma, which is not going to have Scooby himself in it, of course. That's probably the one criticism that I have to give it. But I'll talk about that in a bit. But yes, I saw the trailer for it when it came out in October for New York Comic Con. And I don't know, I enjoyed the meta humor. I know some people don't really find the humor in it to be funny, but I don't know, as a sucker for that humor, I thought it was fun. But yeah, and I thought Mindy Cowan did a really good job performing Velma as well. Her voice for the character sort of reminded me of Kate Micucci's performance as the main iteration of the character right now, who also appeared in Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. And yes, I know people have been really talking about that one, with how Velma is now officially a member of the LGBTQ plus community. That was pretty cool, and I do like her new love interest. What name is it? Coco something or another, and I know there was one scene with her that's especially fluidly animated, and I heard it was animated by Dan Haskett, who's a huge legend. I'm pretty sure you might be familiar with Dan Haskett fan. But yeah, there has been some news about the Mindy Cowan version of Velma that was released in 2022 with a couple of teaser images and also that trailer, and the reactions are very mixed, but I'm part of the camp who's sort of optimistic about it. Just accepting it as its own thing in the Scooby-Doo franchise. Although it is kind of unfortunate that, that Scooby won't be appearing in it. And which is sort of might be, they argue it's because, Scooby is too kid-friendly, but then again, you have to ask why did they approve of a crossover between Scooby-Doo and Supernatural that was fully animated. Well, aside from the live-action scenes, of course, but, we have the brusters from Supernatural animated along with the Scooby Gang. Like, that was produced by World Bros. Animation, that episode. So, I'm gonna have to assume maybe parents complained about Scooby being involved with such a dark 14 plus rated adventure, so probably they're like, with this Velma series, no, we're not having any of that, we're not having that Great Dane in this one, just put him down like Old Yeller, he doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, those are pretty much my first impressions of what we got, the info we got about the Velma revival, which is going to be coming out in January 12th of this year, from what I heard. Pretty much can't wait for it. Oh yes, a friend has pointed out that Dan Haskett was the designer for Minerva made from Animaniacs. Yeah, he designed some characters on that show, and Tiny Toon Adventures as well. He's an excellent underrated artist. Oh yes, Daniel is bringing up Sonic Prime. Okay, yes. Sonic Prime, I don't know, I only see like a little bit of it, but I will say that it was nicely animated. Although I haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie that's the sequel to the live-action movie we got in 2020. But I hear that's pretty good. Especially with Idris Elba being casted as Knuckles. Let's see. Starface asks if I've seen Sailor Moon. I most remember it for the theme song for sure, but I don't really remember watching the TV show that much. I know it aired on White TV, back when White TV used to be Canada's home for anime, which it isn't anymore. If any of fellow Canadians in the chat, let me know if you grew up watching Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z on White TV. Let's see what else is here. Let's see what else is here. Oh yeah, Daniel is saying that the Rhino and the Red Bill will also have its first anniversary of February. That's cool. I'll admit I still haven't fully seen that pilot yet. Well, from what I've seen, I will say the animation was great. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I talked about Sonic. Starfleet said, I mostly hate that girly anime. It makes me puke on the ground. It's cerebral for everybody. Norbert said no, he was never into anime, only Western cartoons, mostly the Nickelodeon ones that aired on white TV. That's okay. Yeah, I'm very casual with anime myself. And don't worry, Starfleet, like, for sure, I'm still gonna make sure that I check out Doraemon. Like, I found some episodes of it on YouTube, and I have optimism that it will be a good show. Okay, so the episode played in the background, Starway, of Billy and Mandy, is Grimm vs. Mom, which is the first episode in the Grimm and Evil continuity after its hiatus, where you remember when Billy's mom, she was visiting her sister-in-law, basically because she was freaked out by the presence of Grimm. But in this sequel, actually returns and wants revenge against Grimm. Oh, by the way, speaking of Billy's mom, it's actually the birthday of Jennifer Hale, her voice actress. That's a happy birthday, Jennifer. Oh, and speaking of Animaniacs, which you brought up, Fran, apparently another bit of news is that it's gonna be ending soon with the third season. And also, Looney Tunes Cartoons has officially wrapped up its production as well. They completed the 1,000 minutes that were greenlit back in 2018. So they're pretty much done with Looney Tunes cartoons, and with the Animaniacs revival. Well, to be honest, they had 2 seasons ordered already. Probably the third one was just an extra. But yeah, I really like the Animaniacs revival. Not too big of a loss for me, but yeah, surprising that it's ended already soon. And Looney Tunes Cartoons, I mentioned before, is an excellent modern revival of the classic shorts. And I'm a little disappointed to see it come to an end as well, but you know, they did their job. At least Warner Bros. Did their job and created 1,000 minutes of quality animation. And yes, Daniel's saying that Jennifer Hale is also the voice of number 86. Yep, that's another memorable role of hers. She seems to like voicing a boisterous redhead, so she voices number 86 and also Billy's mom, and also Princess Morbucks from the Powerpuff Girls. And she's also Sam from Totally Spies, who I'm gonna really say is boisterous, but I don't know, certainly a personality. Okay, Fairy Princess Valentine, see you, and happy 2023. Okay, so speaking of Warner Bros., yeah, okay, I think it's time we get to some of the worst moments of 2022 in terms of animation. Oh yeah, Jennifer Hale did voice Cinderella in the direct-to-video sequels, and I believe she also voices Aurora as well in one of the direct-to-video Disney Princess movies as well. So yes, I think it's about time we talk about some of the worst moments that have happened to animation in 2022. Feel free to bring up some moments that I might be missing, but I just have here in my notes that for sure the elephant in the room that everybody has brought up is the Warner Bros. Discovery Chaos. You know what? What I'm gonna do, I'm pretty much just gonna pause this. I'm gonna pause the slideshow that's been happening for the past hour now, and, you know, bring up Wile E. Coyote here. It's pretty much pretty much feel the same way as you guys with how with how anime has been treated in 2022. But yeah, I did notice that there's this weird trend of disrespect towards animation from the industry. Of course, we all know that animation is not just a form of entertainment, it's also a form of art that lots of people have put their blood and sweat into, and their talent as well. So yeah, even though some may argue that maybe there's some justification for some of the decisions, whether it be for budgetary reasons. Oh, it's actually Aaron who voices Aurora in Disney Princess Enchanted Tales Follow Your Dream. Okay, thank you for correcting me, Dormer. And yeah, that movie is on Disney Plus yet. But yes, as I was saying, yes, with the World Busters chaos that's been happening, yeah, maybe some will argue it might be understandable with maybe for budgetary reasons, but at the same time, you know, it's not really the best for the animators who worked on those shows, and you know, like those shows being hard to find weekly to stream, at least in the US. This year here in Canada, Amazon Prime runs the Teletoon Plus channel, which has a lot of which has a good number of the shows that were purged off of HBO Max, including Infinity Train, which I got to watch all of in 2022, and also I saw Victor and Valentino on there, and I believe Summer Camp Island is on there as well, among the other purged shows. Oh, what episode is playing right now? And now it tastes like chicken, the one where Billy thinks that Mandy is a cannibal, when it's actually she's actually preparing for Billy's birthday party. So yeah, a lot of what's been happening at World vs. Discovery, yeah, it's not really the best news. I don't know, I'm trying my best not to say too much to imply that I'm fully I'm trying my best not to say too much to imply which side I'm on, whether it's good or bad, but I don't know, all I'm saying is, yeah, maybe or maybe not, they really shouldn't have done those. I don't know, it's just a little bit complicated, but yeah, I do sympathize with the animators, and that basically for not giving the best of respect in the industry. But that is the episode where it's implied that Mandy does eat Erwin. Poor Erwin. But yeah, not just Warner Bros. Discovery stuff, but also at the Oscars there was, I don't know, the ladies who play the live action Disney princesses, they're basically saying that animation is something that kids love and adults tolerate. That's what they're basically implying, and naturally that got people in the industry and also fans really riled up, including those who have already created a campaign for a new deal with animation, or hashtag new deal for animation, which means for those to get a better pay for their work in the industry. And yeah, of course, as we all know, don't really think I need to elaborate on how animation isn't just something that adults tolerate, it's something that we can embrace just as much as the children. Not to mention there's lots and lots of animations that aren't really kid-friendly, or at least easy for kids to actually understand. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yes, Daniel, thank you for bringing that up. Another recent bit of disrespect towards animation is how Phoebe and Her Unicorn, which was a comic book that was going to get an anime series for Nickelodeon, it was scrapped, honestly because of it not appealing to boys. And I don't know. Yeah, it also reminds me of a comment that happened earlier in 2022 from Amy Friedman from Cartoon Network saying that girls graduate out of animation, which isn't always true. What about all the notable female animators, or all the notable women animators working in the industry who are working not just because it's a job, but because, they really love the medium. But yeah, but with Phoebe and Her Unicorn, yeah, it is disappointing that Nick scrapped it because it wouldn't sell too well with boys, even though they have agreed with female-driven cartoons to be in the past. But then again, like Dorothy the Explorer and The Wild Strawberries were the only really successful examples. And yes, Starfree, I did watch Dorothy the Explorer. It was part of my childhood. But even then, most of the female-driven Nicktoons, like As Told by Ginger, My Wife Has a Teenage Robot, The Mighty Bee, and The Legend of Korra, didn't really get the best treatment from the network anyway. But yeah, it is sad. But a good thing about Nickelodeon being regarding Nickelodeon is how their animation studio is actually getting unionized, which I hear, and Norbert, I know you're a fan of Constant Pain and how its creator, Maya Wright, he was telling the network that their animation studio to be unionized. They hated that idea, so he was more or less, I think, blacklisted from the industry. But yeah, it's good to know that that Nick is finally changing their mind, and yes, making sure that that Nickelodeon Anime Studio is going to be unionized, so that employees will get a much better paychecks. Oh yes, and also I have to mention about the layoffs happening at the animation studios like Netflix and at Warner Bros. Animation as well. Not good. But at the same time, like overall, I don't know, just trying to think off the top of my head about some of the really moments from that the medium of animation has been received in 2022. But yeah, I just hope here's to 2023 being much better in terms of animation receiving the respect it deserves as a medium and a form of art. Yes, Norbert say that unionizing Nickelodeon is definitely a right step in the direction, and he does hope to, and he hopes that it will help to get some more creative blood and better treatment there. Yes, I definitely agree, and also to greenlight more fresh original productions from different up-and-coming animators. Let's see. Daniel said, honestly, at this point, I gave up hope on Galactic Kids Next Door being greenlit. I still like, at the very least, a comic series. Oh, yeah. I'll admit, I'm more of a casual Kids Next Door fan, but it would be cool if Galactic Kids Next Door was greenlit, but my bigger hopes are for that Billy and Mandy revival movie. But they should revive it, but they probably should do a comic instead. Which reminds me, I hear that Danny Phantom is getting a graphic novel adaptation. So for those who are huge fans of the show and want sort of a official licensed revival of it, that should be a treat. See if there's anything else in it. let's see, girlfriend's cartoon, her friend is asking, what are my views on the different style posts from Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network? Okay, so I think they were fine, but with the Cartoon Network one, yeah, I agree with people say that when you're drawing in the Powerpuff Girls style, it doesn't mean you have to draw yourself or a different character as a Powerpuff Girl or a rowdy rough boy. Yeah, it's sort of similar when people think that they have to draw in the Fairy Odd Parent style, they have to draw them as a fairy, but that's not really necessary. That's not what it means to draw in that style necessarily. But I remember seeing one video from this guy, I forgot his name, but the video where he was drawing SpongeBob in different styles of different Nicktoons as a way of improving the post that Nickelodeon did where we have SpongeBob in different styles of different Nicktoons. I also forgot the name of the video friend, or at least the name of the user. Maybe I'll DM it to you if you're interested. Yes, February 2023 is gonna be when Animaniacs Revival is gonna be ending. And, okay, guys. Probably gonna have to talk about some more sad stuff before we get back to more positive things, though. Okay, I'm just gonna shut you off for Wiley. Yes, so now we're going to be talking about some of the unfortunate deaths that have happened in 2022. Multiple deaths, countless deaths have happened. Feel free to mention ones that I might be missing. I'm just going to be naming off the top of my head some of the deaths that have disappointed me the most. Well, first we definitely have to mention Gilbert Gottfried. That death surprised me like there was no tomorrow. Like, the first time I heard about it was when Kristen Frades did an impression of Iago, and the video was titled R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried, and that was when I felt devastated. He was definitely one of my favorite comedians with a very distinctive voice. And not to mention, he was pretty supportive of the autistic community. If those of you have seen the documentary called Life Animated, last time I heard that it was free on YouTube with ads, of course. Well, maybe unless you have premium, but yeah, I definitely ought to give that documentary a rewatch. That's definitely R.I.P. Gilbert. And another death that occurred that disappointed me. Well, Gilbert was the only comedy legend. There are several others. There's Bob Saget and Louis Anderson. Not too familiar with their work as much, but I know Bob Saget is from Full House and the original host of America's Funniest Home Videos. So that's where I always heard of him from. And Louis Anderson is a comedian who had his own cartoon called Wifely Wooey, which is basically doing the same thing as Bobby's World by having a kid version of Louis Anderson this time. Yes, rest in peace to those comedy legends. And yes, Everett Peck, thank you, Starfy, for bringing that up. Definitely have to bring him up. I'm a pretty big fan of Duckman. Even though I don't bring up that much, Duckman is definitely my favorite Krosky Chupo show, other than As Told by Ginger and Rugrats, and I kind of count it as well. Yeah, I've been a fan of that show for since 2015, and Everett Peck had a really distinctive, great style of charmingly grotesque of art, and really unfortunate. Rest in peace, Everett. And another one that I must mention is Sidney Poitier, a legendary black actor, Oscar winner at that. You may know him for movies such as what's it called? I think Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and To Sir with Love. Please correct me if I'm getting the titles incorrect. but also there was They Called Me a Mr. Tibbs, which you may remember Pumbaa referencing in The Lion King during the climax. Yeah. Of course, Sydney, I believe, was already in his 90s, but it's so disappointing that wasn't like him was lost. And yes, Angela Lansbury, the voice of Mrs. Potts, definitely disappointed as well. But yes, at least Mrs. Potts can reunite with Lumiere and Cogsworth, since their voice actors have passed on as well several years ago. And another Disney Renaissance star I need to mention is Pat Carroll, who is Ursula the Little Mermaid. And aside from that, he also voiced the grandmother from the Garfield Christmas special, which includes one of the sweetest moments in the Garfield franchise. And may he rest in peace. And also rest in peace to I believe it was around the same time that Pat Carroll passed away. It's also the lady, I forgot her name, the black lady from the original Star Trek series. Yes, and a cool story about her is she was pretty much motivated to continue acting in the series by none other than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That was awesome. But yes, rest in peace to her as well. And yes, Robert from Harry Potter passed away as well. Not too acquainted with the franchise, but of course that's sad to hear. And Pingu's voice actor, yes, I did really like watching Pingu as a kid whenever I was able to check it out. So yes, rest in peace to Carlo. And on the topic of childhood shows, we lost not one, but two old friends from Sesame Street. First we watched Emilio Delgado, who played Louise, and then more recently we watched Bob McGrath, who played Bob. And yeah, and even though those two have retired from the show for some time now, of course I grew up with them. I'm sure as many of you have as well. So yes, at least they get to reunite with Mr. Hooper and some of the other Sesame Street cast members that have passed away over the years. And who else? Who I'm trying to remember passed away. Oh yes, James Caan, who you may know for appearing in Elf as Walter Hobbs, who is Buddy's father. And also, he played the father from Quality with a Chance of Meatballs. And those are two roles that I mentioned that I remember him for the most. And also, yes, Batman, Kevin Conroy. Yeah, I'm a casual Batman fan, but definitely shocking to hear that Kevin Conroy passed away with cancer. And around the same time, there's also let's see. One of the Power Rangers, Jason David, trying to remember his name. But yes, he passed away as well. I found that death out around the same time as Kevin Conroy. And trying to remember who else passed away. Let's see. Yeah, just recently, around New Year's Eve, we watched Barbara Walters, famous news anchor and also co-host on The View. It's funny how, no, not really funny, but still disturbing and sad how, like, weird how she passed away around New Year's Eve, similar to how another legendary figure of TV, Betty White, passed away in New Year's Eve of 2021. Okay, Norbert, you have a great, amazing 2023 as well. And yes, as I mentioned, David Warner, the voice of Nurgle, the original voice of Nurgle on Billy and Mandy, among other roles, he passed away as well. And so rest in peace to all of these great people. Okay. Oh yes, and the Queen as well. Okay, you know what, guys? Probably just wind up the move by adding back this again. I'll admit, oh yes, and Wary Storts, the voice of Cool Cat, that he passed away as well. I either forgot or didn't know. But thanks for pointing that out, Fran. But yes, you know what? Since this discussion has been going on longer than I expected, I actually think I'm gonna be wrapping this up. Maybe I'll do another sort of live stream, which I do a retrospective of some of the best videos that I did and you guys enjoyed, since I already kind of ran out of time. So yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping this up, but for sure there's gonna be more fun streams like this throughout 2023. At least I hope. And yes, definitely some projects in the works. Hopefully I'll get Cartoon Network, certainly Cartoon Network Doodles finished, and among other things that I don't want to go into too much details about, but I have ideas. So yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping things up. Once again, if you're new here, subscribe and hit a like button if you enjoyed the stream. Let's hope that 2023 will be a much better year as well. Yes. Yes, rest in peace to all these people. But yes, once again, on the bright side, we have to look forward to the good things that 2023 is going to be offering. Also, still look back at some of the great things that 2022 already offered us. Yep, don't worry, Surrey Cartoon Network Doodles is coming very soon. It just depends on my time constraints. Yes, a Happy New Year, Fran. And yes, a Happy New Year to everybody else. I want you guys to take care of yourselves. Have a happy 2023. Alright, good night.